how's everything going? You put your application in. Have you heard anything back? You had a potential second interview that's coming up. No, that's happened, isn't it?
It happened yesterday.
How did it go?
Yeah, no, I think it went well actually. Yeah, like I say, I think all the preparation I did for it worked fine. There wasn't really any questions I was actually stumped on.
That's great.
Yeah, like I say, I left it feeling pretty good. I think maybe the only thing that might work against me is that they're looking for someone to start very, very soon. And I mean,
you on?
Pardon?
What notice period are you on?
A month, but I mean, in terms of me having to get up there and sort of relocate to Newcastle, that's the thing. So yeah. that's the only thing. But yeah, like I say, I think I'm happy with how I handled the questions and how I did. So
that's great. Regardless of whether you choose to take it or whether they choose to offer it to you, that's great experience in terms of interview and knowing the preparation techniques and then feeling confident about how you deliver in the interview. So
yeah, overall, I felt at the end of it, it wasn't anything I thought like, I could have said like this or not. So yeah, I mean, I had all the experience they were looking for and sort of my experiences, and the way all the notes I'd made was, there was no questions I was kind of like, sort of thinking or sort of like, just sort of stammering over my words or anything like that. And so yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, that's brilliant. And did you get the note I sent to you via email via the Coaches Console, your membership site?
Yeah, I've logged in. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Just want to check you could log in okay, and if there's any questions about that, I can answer them.
No, the login worked fine.
Perfect, fantastic. Because this is where I'll post this recording as well afterwards. And any thoughts? So now you've had the interview. Have you got any other specific live applications, or do we want to walk through some of the training that in kind of sequence? I'm happy to respond to your specific needs, basically. So if there's something specific you have going on, we can focus on that. If not, we can look at, for example, getting your LinkedIn sorted, reviewing your CV again, etc.
Yeah, I'd like the latter. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, because like the last week, over the weekend, I was looking at, I was looking over the job. I mean, I was just preparing for the interview and sort of making notes. So I haven't really put in for any applications. And I think you mentioned, because I sent you the CV, and you said that you'd like to review it before I sent it out again for any further applications. So yeah.
So then maybe let's look at the CV, and then let's look at your CV, your LinkedIn, sorry, and then we can get all your kind of assets, if you like, ready. And then next time we can think about advanced job searches, getting yourself a really kind of clear plan in terms of what you're using, and also being able to record and track where you're at as well, which can get a bit confusing when you're job hunting. So yeah,
as well as sort of finding the right recruiters as well.
Yeah, right recruiters, speculative approaches, all of that will create a very tailored, bespoke campaign essentially for you, and then you'll be able to execute that easily because you'll have all your materials, and then we'll have some structure for writing cover letters and things like that.
Yeah.
So let's get your CV up. So it's looking strong. There was just a few tweakies, I would say.
Yeah, so I did. So this was the one I sent to them, saying to for them for the interview. So that was the copy they had.
I'm just going to open it up. I can't just. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I can't see it. Sorry. Getting mad. Okay. Have you got a Word document?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You sent it to me. Actually, I might better open it in Google Docs. I can, but it doesn't really transfer the. Yeah, if you send it to me in Word, that'd be great. We can work on it then.
Okay.
It won't. It hasn't done the formatting if I try and open it in Google Docs.
Okay, 1 sec. Okay.
Excellent. It's arrived. Okay. Hasn't arrived just yet, so I'm just waiting for it. I can do a refresh.
So yeah, I shared it via Skype.
Sorry, me being mad. Sorry.
Sorry.
Let's have a look. In chat. Aha. Lovely. Excellent. So, let me share the screen actually, isn't it? So, great. So just a couple of little tweakies. I would say do that. Do that. You could do that maybe, or don't necessarily need that, but I would put your postcode in.
Okay.
Postcode?
Yeah, postcode. So CT2 8HE.
CC, is it?
Oh, CT.
CT2.
Yeah. 8HE.
D.
E, sorry.
Sorry.
E for Echo.
E, there we go. Let's do that. It's just a minor thing, but it's all about space, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, why's that red? Okay. Okay. Cool, like it. 1, check in, how many we've got, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's great, like that. Just want to put a bullet.
So if that okay, but that one, because it follows on from the previous bullet point. That's the thing. IT proficiency in Microsoft Word. Right? I don't know if that's clearly laid out, but
I would then say what's the word for like all the Microsoft packages? It's like
Microsoft Office, is it?
Yeah.
Office suites, I think.
Or even just I would even just say Microsoft Office. And then are you pretty good on Dreamweaver?
I'm actually learning it as we speak, so that's ongoing.
Let's have a look. Training and event coordination, teaching, mentoring, administrative support. So I want to say administration and coordination, because they're and I want to put that up front, because they're the kind of roles you're going for, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just going to set that up for the moment. As you're currently learning it, you don't want to give an expectation that fulfill. Let's go like this. Yeah, like that. Now that I would say is not tangible enough. I want something more tangible. So let's put that in there. I mean, you only need 6, I would say, anyway. You can have 8 to 12, but you don't have to have as many as that. What I would be thinking about is
Microsoft Office suite packages, or no.
Maybe just Microsoft. Everyone knows that Microsoft Office includes like the whole shebang, as it were.
Yeah.
So I could take those out for now, unless there is a specific role that you have that requires other skills that we haven't captured.
Sure. I don't know. I just feel like they need to sort of try and put as much as possible. That's the thing with that key skill. So.
Well, let's come back to that. Let's not necessarily. Let's just leave it blank, and then we'll come back to it, because it might be something that really strikes us that as we go through. So when we do. I would either take that out or keep it, or put one in other areas, if that makes sense. So if you're going to have that there, why don't let me copy it? Then I would put that under all sections. But I think that might muck up. Let me know. Oh, sorry. Let's put that in. And then we want to have middle. Okay, and then okay. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to turn these into more achievement bullets rather than these are good explanatory context setting, but I want to kind of have some specifics. So design courses and teaching materials for new teachers to follow in order to make the lessons fun and engaging while enabling continued student achievement, like that. How many courses have you designed?
Well, it's probably very limited. I think 5 or 6. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
A course is different from teaching materials, or they kind of come as a package?
No, they're different. Yeah.
Okay. So design 6 courses. What were the courses about?
All related to English study. So.
That have a capital S? studies? No. What time frame does it normally take you to design a course?
Possibly about a month, I think.
So let's say and then can we say anything about how many students would take those courses?
So because they come, they're sort of weekly, sort of come for so it's just within a week, so would be between 20 to 30. Yeah, each week. Yeah.
Right, so what we could do is scale that up and say over the course of a year, let's say conservative 20 times 50, so 1,000 people.
Yeah, that many.
They'll probably still keep going beyond when you're not there, won't they?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, tell me a bit more about the teaching materials.
So the teaching materials are things, sort of different activities that they can be used in a lesson. So ways of making the lesson sort of fun, enjoyable, interactive. So
So tell me like some volume or something like that, like how many activities might you develop each month, or have you since you've been there, that kind of thing?
So again, it'll probably be about say 10 to 15 activities that could be used in a lesson. So just could range from anything like like a sort of speaking activity, writing, listening, sort of something that's more suited to like a teenagers' interests or needs.
How many new teachers do you get in a month or a year?
Within a year, there's three new teachers.
And is it only new teachers that these are provided to?
Yeah.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're supervising, so design, develop, supervise. I'm just thinking about keeping consistent, whatever it's called. Design, develop, supervise 3 new teachers, providing assistance. Tell me a bit more about that.
So most of the teachers that join are fairly new, so in terms of their experience in teaching. So I'm just there to kind of provide them with guidance, as I said, give them, suggest activities, things they can do in the lesson, just to make sure that they're all is going well.
How do you go about doing that? Do you have monthly one-to-ones, weekly catch-ups?
Yeah, weekly catch-ups. Also, just on the, constantly on the spot. So could be something as quick as during a break. I come and see them, make sure that everything's going okay. Anything they need help with, kind of with any, give them some advice.
And what has that enabled? Has that have all those 3 new starters been successful?
Yeah, successful. More confidence in teaching. Yeah, better confidence in themselves as a teacher, as they've just they're more or less new to the profession. So yeah, so new to professions in their first role as a first teaching role. Yeah.
Yeah, don't want an orphan word. So an orphan word is like if you just had one word on that line. So I always try and avoid that because it doesn't scan very easily. So there's a couple of things that we look for when we're writing CVs. One is obviously the content. The other thing is the scannability. So it's like really easy for a recruiter to just go bong bong bong, if you know what I mean. Which is why we put numbers in there, no orphan words, things like that. Excellent. So tell me a bit more about that student exchange program. How many people did you promote it to, or how did you go about promoting it?
So that one's perhaps a bit more. So I mean, I promoted it, but just through sort of making sort of soliciting sort of private schools within the area to see whether they would be interested in sort of participating in exchange programming, that they would send. Well, it's the British students are sent to Spain to learn Spanish and stay with their host family. Fortunately, it hasn't yielded any success as of late, so it's still ongoing, so to speak.
What can we say about that? Let's have a look. School sector. So when you say has nobody signed up for the private school sector?
That's right, yeah. So it's still sort of something that they're looking to get into, but yeah, it's
So
been very.
What's been the outcome? Let's have a think. So you can talk about how many private schools have you approached?
About 4 or 5.
Are they all in the UK or are they Spanish ones?
No, they're in the UK.
They are UK going to Spain. Okay, yeah, because it's a student exchangey. Have you done other promotions?
No, not.
How often do you run the student exchange program?
So the student exchange program, it's something that they're looking to start. They haven't started it yet, so it's still just something that's in the development stage.
Yeah. Okay. This one I want to bring to the top because this is the one that's really about coordination.
Mm.
Okay. So I think we should turn that into a case study. Did we talk about that for your interview prep? We did, didn't we?
Yes, just remind me though. What's with the case? What is it with the case study?
The case study is a very short description of something you delivered. You know, using the STAR technique.
Yes, yeah, I think yes.
Did you make notes based on our conversation before?
Yeah, just one moment. I'll just get them. One sec. Okay, so with the case study, so say in 2017, the company I work for.
Just written notes, or did you type something up?
No, these are handwritten.
Okay, fine. So, tell me about the company.
So yeah, the company is based in Spain, that runs sort of weekly and also monthly sort of.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just copy and paste. They were running. What were they running?
Monthly summer camps in different parts of Britain and Ireland.
As coordinator, led the management of activities to ensure smooth. Was this brand new? Was this something new to them?
No, I think it was their second year running.
To ensure smooth running. Something like that. I'm just going to unroll with that. So, activities in
Killarney,
Ireland. Was that the only place they did in Ireland?
Well, they did one in Ireland, Scotland, England as well.
But is Killarney the only one in Ireland?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd probably just say Ireland. Did you have anything to do with this one, Scotland and England as well?
No, so I was just in Ireland, just working on that one solely.
That helps so we can see the context. So they were running summer camps across Britain and Ireland. Was that Southern Ireland?
Well, Republic of Ireland, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Get my terminology right. My other half is Republic of Ireland, so I should be able to get that right. As coordinated the management of activities in Ireland to ensure smooth running. Great. So tell me specifically, what did you do?
So it was myself and two other coordinators. We helped work together to actually run run the camp for a month. So made sure that all activities ran smoothly. I myself was more in charge of. So I did. In addition to that, I managed 2 other teachers that were on the course.
Did you? So tell me about. So you worked within a team, or were you managing that team?
So the teaching staff, I was managing them, and there were 2 other coordinators, but they were from Spain, so I was working with them as well, just overall managing of the summer camp.
So led 2 or managed 2 teachers who were to enable them to deliver the program of activities.
Mm-hmm. A program of lessons. Yeah.
Of lessons, yes. Of lessons. So managed 2 teachers. So what did that entail? Was that you writing things for them and things like that? Like, did you have to guide them in terms of what was required?
Yeah, guiding them in terms of what's required. Again, sort of providing some help, advice where needed. Sort of dropping in on, at the end of a lesson just to see how things are going, anything they need help with, and also making sure they follow the syllabus as well.
Yes. Okay. So managed 2 teachers to deliver the program lessons, ensuring syllabus requirements were met. Like it. Liaised with 2. Were they based in Spain, or did they come over to England?
Based in Spain, but they came over to England with
to plan. So you were working with them to plan it, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
And then they so actually you probably first of all liaised with them. This I'm kind of trying to think about doing it in order. So cut that. So and then what's that there? So first of all, liaised isn't a very strong word. I want to say something better. I want to say planned the month-long summer camp, liaising effectively with 2 Spanish-based coordinators.
Mm.
So you planned it first, great. Then what had to happen next? Did you have to get sign off, or did you have to what happened next? So you'd planned it.
So what do you mean by sign off? Just
so did anybody internally have to kind of sign off the plan?
No. So the sort of the plan of activities was already put in place, but we sort of kind of organised how is it going to actually be.
What kind of activities were included?
So these would be things like excursions, could be staying at a sort of what was it, like a retreat, going on a retreat, visiting different parts of the country itself, staying in Dublin, sporting activities as well. So it was kind of
right.
outdoorsy
kind of thing. Yeah. Okay, great. That really helps. Planned month-long summer camp, liaising effectively with 2 Spanish coordinators, which out of there. So actually I want to say, which includes citizens, I want to then say you liaise effectively with 2 Spanish coordinators to ensure that the plans were
carried out or followed through.
Yeah, were appropriate and followed through, like culturally appropriate or anything like that? Was there kind of any kind of
age appropriate?
like that, because they knew who the students were. Presumably, they'd met them, maybe, or had a phone call with their parents or something.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So you planned all the excursions, because obviously you were this end. So you were doing that side. You liaised with them to make sure that that was all going to work, given the fact that they knew the students. Then led the teachers to. Did you write the program of lessons, or was that already existing?
Well, they were following course book, but yeah, I was just making sure that they followed it correctly and that that it was all delivered properly.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so then, planned that, liaised with them, led the teachers. Anything about the kids that you did directly?
I mean, just to say that at the end, they all provided feedback, and the feedback was very, very positive. In addition, that the company director was there to, on the last week just to check on how we were doing, and she was very, very happy with how it was all organised and delivered.
So I want to say, and I want to kind of say she was kind of assessing, wasn't she, quality assuring, and it's not really a pass or fail, but I'm going to use the word pass for the moment, and successfully and quality assurance. By a company director.
By the company director. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Succeeded in delivering summer camp attended by how many people?
About 45.
45 students, and receiving. Do you have any feedback analysis from those 45? Can you say like X% of people would do it again, or I don't
know? No, it's nothing. Sort of not kind of numerical based. It was just from what they wrote their own feedback, and I viewed it, and it was positive.
Was there any negative?
Pardon?
Was there anything negative in there?
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, there was. Yeah, but
sort of like a 98% positive reaction or anything like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I could say 90%. Yeah, and most would like to do it again, or do the experience again.
Okay, great. Repeat experience. Okay. So that is a written case study. So you can tell the difference between a written case study that will go on your CV and a verbal case study that is much more fluid because you're just referring to it in an interview. Yeah. Whereas this goes on your CV, so it needs to be really tight in terms of what we put in it. This also can go on your LinkedIn later, so we'll add that to your LinkedIn too. I'm just going to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a bit long for my liking. Because we want to make sure ideally we have 2 or 3 of those, as long as your most current work experience is on that first page. then that's okay. The other thing we can look at though is let's reduce the size of that. Woo. I mean, actually, to be honest, all of it could be 11, apart from header. Go 11. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still a bit long, but we'll come back to that. Might be able to tighten it up a bit. Have you got another coordination kind of example you could share? It doesn't matter where it's from. It could be from a prior job. It could be from that job. It could be something out of work.
Well, I mean, it could that I'm always coordinating weekly with the students that come for these 1 week study holiday experiences. So yeah. So from there, I'm with the students from the moment they arrive until they leave, and I'm also managing any teachers that are working on it, as well as making sure again everything runs smoothly.
Okay, so let's do that. Same company, I take it.
Yeah.
So Centre de Formation Nathalie, is that right?
Yeah.
Were they already running when you arrived, or did you do any of the kind of creation of them?
No, they were already running when I started.
They are what they're called, weekly
study holiday.
Study days in Britain and
yes.
Ireland.
Just in Britain.
In Britain. As coordinator, led the management. So led the what?
Led the arrangements and running of these weekly study holiday experiences.
Okay. So tell me what you do to run them.
Yeah, so as I say, I coordinate the weekly study holidays. Students are aged between 12 and 18, and they come for 1 week. So similar in some ways to the Ireland camp, where the students have lessons in the morning and activities in the afternoon. So what I do is I manage the courses for the week and also make sure that the activities run well, and I'm there with them for the whole week as well.
So you said when you were talking about it when prepping for your interview, you were saying you have to do quite a lot. You have to do quite a lot to make sure. And there's something else actually we didn't get in there, which I want to do is make sure about health and safety and safeguarding.
Oh yeah.
Let's just go back to that other one. Coordination of the management activities, planned the month-long summer camp, which included excursions to retreat and visiting different parts of the country. Ensuring safety guidelines followed at all times. Liaise with the two Spanish coordinators. Spanish based, that's not good English, is it? Spain based, maybe.
Well, they're both Spanish, so.
I could either say 2 Spanish coordinators or 2 Spain based coordinators.
Spanish coordinators.
I can spell it. 2 Spanish coordinators to ensure the plans were met. I think because you would know that they were age appropriate, but it was more about delivering in the context of the students that were signed up, which they were more close to because they were in Spain. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Led the teachers to deliver the programme of lessons. Okay. And did the arrangements and run and how old are these students?
So between the ages of 12 and 18, it varies from week to week. Oh, sorry, the summer camp or
Yeah, both.
Summer camp, they were around the age of 15 to 16. No, let's say around 15 years old.
And then and then the camp they were.
Oh, sorry. At the camp they were 15. In my current role, the students are between the ages of 12 to 18.
And there was 12 to 18 of them a week.
So yeah, the numbers are about 20 to 30 in the week. Yeah, the ones that come for 1 week. In the groups, its group size is 20 to 30.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about what you specifically do to coordinate that.
So in this case, the activities are already set. So I'm following just different timetables that or different activities that the school has requested the students to do. So I'm like I say, I'm there to make sure that I'm there the whole time. Make sure that the activity does run. All the activities go well. Also, they have their Spanish teachers that come with them, so they have their school teachers from Spain come with them. So I'm, I guess you could say liaising with them to, make sure they're happy with the activities that the students are doing, and that if there's any kind of changes or amendments they want to make to the timetable.
Thanks. Just bring the arrangements for these student experience. Coordinate lessons coordinate lessons in the morning and activities in the afternoon. Ensured timetables requested by schools were timetable is what executed?
Yeah.
Liaise with the teachers, joint student groups to ensure what were you ensuring?
That they were happy with what the experience itself. So same as make student safety and student satisfaction was there at all times.
Was one more thing? Any kind of assessment, any kind of review or anything like that?
Okay, yeah. So the students and also the Spanish teachers provide their feedback at the end. So and they how the activity's gone. Are they happy with their experience? things like that. And yes, again, it's more, generally was very positive as well.
Delivering a summer camp. How many have you done this year?
Summer camps.
Yeah.
I've only done one.
Right. I'm going to get rid of that line actually. Why is it doing that? Okay. Formatting is irritating sometimes. Okay. Okay. So we could. Okay. Let's put that there. Okay. That was now like too bold. I don't want it bold. I'll have to fiddle around it later, but basically, okay. So I think if we have two, we can get decent work experience on the front page as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you can write more of these, and so then any job that you're going for, you can swap in and out different case studies, depending on the job that you're going for.
Yeah.
So you could call this career highlights, you could call this case studies, case study examples, It just helps them get a real sense of what you've delivered. Then you've got your work experience. So we've talked about that. So I'm kind of wanting to say, stay in England, yeah, as primary and post family universities. Make sure bookings are correct as in last session. Yes, perfect. Okay, great. So we want to do the same with this. Like it. So roughly how many students did you work with?
So this one I've done twice. So I would say about, say conservatively, I'd say about 45 to, yeah, say around 50 students. Well, yeah, 40, between 40 and 50. Yeah.
Now this one, I'm going to put in past tense. This is in present tense only because you're still there.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you've left that company, you would then put supervised,
Yeah.
etc. Whereas this one would put maintained high level of performance in order to meet professional standards. So what does that look like? So 1 minute. Delivered clear action proposals to around 50 students. 50 students. 2 courses on presentations. We're doing full stops. That's a good point, actually. Yes, we are. Okay. Maintain. So talk about that. What does that mean? High level of performance.
So making sure that they, I coach them through doing a presentation, make sure that they use the right, what we call them signposting phrases, so they know when to, so that it's properly structured, kind of body language that they use. What else? Context, well, subjects of the presentation, trying to engage the audience.
Body language, content, context, and audience engagement.
Yeah.
In order to meet, is it the training, like the standards set by the course?
Yeah. There's no assessment.
Yeah. How many people in the team?
So it varies because you do a particular group or a university group for 3 or 4 weeks. So you're put into small teams of 3 or 4.
For what, each assessment or for each?
For each group, yeah, for each group of students that you have.
Is that right? When did you leave there, by the way?
I'm still with them. I'm still with them.
I was with them as well. Oh, I see. I see. Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, then in that case, yeah. Sorry. Assumptions. Working to the fee to get teachers. Is that right? Are the other people in the group teachers as well?
Yes.
Each group of students undertaking. So they're presumably delivering other courses, are they?
Yeah, well, they're doing the presentation course, but they also learn as well as doing other English lessons as well.
What's the course they attend? What's it called?
It's 1 sec. Let me get the name. I've got the exact name somewhere. 1 sec. Yeah, it's just called summer program.
Actually. Is that right or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually going to say, because this is ongoing. Two years in a row, would you say, or two courses?
2 years in a row.
Is that right? Oxford University summer programme?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good. So tell me a bit more about the team that create the materials and structures the course.
So
That team.
yeah, so they're just purely office based. So they more or less have you know they have the courses and the timetable set, and they just all they need you to do is they put you into three groups of 3 or 4, and you know obviously you have to sort of work through that for a duration of the month, however long it is, and then you know we have weekly catch-up meetings with them, make sure everything's running fine, and the students also provide weekly feedback this time, so we know you know what things they're liking, what things they don't like, and what things we might need to change that in the following weeks to come.
So I'm gonna. Right.
Yeah, and adjust accordingly. No, adjust materials and structure accordingly. Yeah.
Or is it just experience? Because presumably they don't have the say to say what has to be included because that's already kind of part of the syllabus, presumably. But
Yeah, but also things they can you can change things around syllabus wise as well. So less.
I think that's okay at the moment. I think we can always come back to this. It's always good to do it, step away from it, come back, fresh pair of eyes, and have another look. There's always ways to kind of really. Just trying to get as much space we can. Nearly there, but this is a real big chunk of the work, to be honest. And I want to make sure we get this nailed.
Mm.
Okay, now. Good. Bless you.
Thank you.
Now, why is that changed? Be on another page. Oh, I don't have to have that now because we've done that one. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, nearly there. So there was holiday study programs and intensive course and group settings to student development. So these emissions. I'm I'm kind of okay with this because it's not the same job that you're trying to go for. It's a different kind of job, isn't it?
Mm.
You're not going for EFL roles.
No, no.
Just I just need to be consistent, I guess, is what I'm thinking. Okay, fine. I am going to ask you to think about these ones and think about if and what tangible, like how many students do you working with? Did they pass? How many of them passed their courses? You know, some tangible numbers.
Okay.
That we can put in here for achievement bullets and put that on the coach's console in the client log, and we can then get this last bit nailed. But I think it'd be better to do it that way. But we're nearly there. We are there.
The thing I was thinking is that at the from the key skills at the top, is it because I've put in additional information, languages, English and Spanish? Is that worth saying that key skills that I can speak another language, or is that just probably looks better like it's laid out there?
Is it going to be potentially useful in a coordination role?
No, well, no, probably not. No.
It might be though international. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, if it's international, I suppose I could adjust it, but it's
yeah,
no guarantee.
Yeah, if it is something that's international, then you might want to bring it forward. But otherwise, I think that's fine. I might say.
Yeah.
So
just say bilingual. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a bit more work to do on it, then send it back to me. I'll send this to you as it is. Okay. There's a little button to attach. We're going mad.
Yeah, that one. Oh no. Just click there, yeah. And then not the one on the right. So there's a.
That one.
Yeah.
Ah. Let's go. There we go.
Okay, yeah, got it.
So there's a bit more work to do on those last two roles.
Mm-hmm.
Send that over, and then we'll get that done. The next session we'll spend on your LinkedIn, and then we'll get your campaign going. There's no point doing that until all your assets are ready, basically, because you don't want to start attracting attention to yourself until you're really confident that everything is how you want it to be and that you can quickly send your CV off, you know, maybe make a few tweaks to it, but generally speaking, send it off and or upload it to the various CV library type places.
Yeah. Those are kind of, I've kind of had a bit of I'm kind of hot and cold on those ones, but because sometimes you just get the people you don't want calling you, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I think having a really targeted CV like we've got now will probably help. Yeah. And you can also be really clear about what it is you're looking for. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what response you get. I'm just going to stop sharing. Sorry, fiddling around.
So just show me where the career coach console is that I uploaded to.
Yeah. So.
On the website.
Where's it gone? There we go. So when you go in, it will look something like this. Go to my logs. Do you remember this? Did you log into this?
Yep. Yeah.
So then you can upload a document.
Okay. Yeah.
And when you do, by the way, in fact, let me upload this for you so you can, so it's there as well. Oh, sorry, I don't want to do that because I'm not on your, I'm not on your thing. But you can do that, so you can update your log. And then I can give you comment. I can write, you know, any feedback, and we can basically keep communicating during the week through there. One of the reasons why it's useful to do it on this is that it just keeps it all in one place. So when you're kind of thinking about anything to do with your job search, your next career move, your CV, your LinkedIn, anything like that, we have everything all in one place.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if there's any problems, just give me a shout. Otherwise, it sounds like you're pretty familiar with it. You just need to upload it. And any questions that you have, any specific feedback that you want, anything like that, then just let me know, and we will make sure you get that feedback.
Great. Yeah. So I'll just polish up on the last two bits. I still need to make sure that it fits within the 2 pages.
Yeah. So you might want to reduce the context, turn what's in the context into a bullet. Maybe it depends on, you know, what you were doing and exactly how that will play out. But I would want to see for there something like, you know, the amount of students you taught.
Mm-hmm.
maybe how long you were doing it for, any coordination at all that you did in those roles, get it in there. And anything that was challenging, you know, anything that you think, oh, actually that shows my skills that I've said I've got. Anything that backs that up, because basically what you want in terms of your CV, just to kind of run through a kind of higher level view of a CV. So first of all, we want it to be really easily scannable. So when you've got a recruiter, you want them to go, yeah, obviously, oh my goodness, they're such an obvious fit. Let's just get them in for interview. That's like the purpose of your CV. And then so there's the scannability and obviously the content. But in terms of content, you want, you know, you've put up here, right, I am really good at I'm experienced in the education sector and working closely with students. Great. So you've also got student service and relationship building. Great. Then you've got here your case study example, which includes talking about students. Then you've got in your coordination roles, you're talking about students as well. You know, you've kind of got this narrative, this absolutely, like, every bullet is reinforcing what you're saying about yourself, if that makes sense. So it's really kind of like no-brainer, get this guy in for interview. Now, obviously, that's just one example about working closely with students. You've also said about, you know, mentoring, helping them make career decisions, coordinating and administrating an education setting. So all of that kind of stuff you just want to make sure is really touched upon throughout the course of the CV. So it's like you're saying one thing and you're evidencing it. You're saying something and you're evidencing it. That's essentially what people want to see on your CV.
Okay.
Does that help? How are you feeling?
Fine. Yeah. No. I'll try and get this out to you. Well, I'll try and have it put on about tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
Will you? Does it notify you to say that you've received it?
Yeah. You might have to click a button to say show coach and put it on email or something like that, so I see it all really quickly.
Okay.
And then the other thing I was just thinking was about our next session. Have we already got it booked in?
No.
Let's do that. So let's say I need to follow her up actually, because it's a client who may or may not be using that slot. What day are we on today? Wednesday?
Yeah.
First Christmas party. Get that. Well, we could do Tuesday, the 27th at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do that.
Right. Oops. Oops. Do you prefer Thomas or Tom?
Tom, yeah.
You do. Okay.
Tom's a bit too formal.
I thought, oh, am I being too familiar?
No, not at all. No one calls me Thomas anyway.
Skype, and then 5 to 6, and then CV. I'll try and do your CV review kind of in between on the coach's console. We might have a quick look at the CV.
Yeah, a last look, and then
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Primarily, let's try and do the chunk of it on LinkedIn, because then you've got your core materials done, and then we'll get your campaign sorted.
Yeah, I'll make a brief start on the LinkedIn page, but like I say, it's still something I've never used before. So
yeah,
it's all.
The link to that training as well.
Yeah, I've got that video. Yeah.
Thanks. When you're doing your LinkedIn, or watch that before you do your LinkedIn, that will really help. So we talk about settings and all sorts of stuff on there. So.
And I need to get a profile photo, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Perfect. Well, do you feel complete? Do you feel like you've got next level CV?
I do, yeah. No, I'm feeling good, pretty good. I think it's yeah, like I said, I think adding the case study is something I've never thought about before. So it's something I think, yeah, it's good. It's something, yeah, like something totally new and
Excellent.
sort
And
of
the other
perfect for recruiters.
is if you're doing a CV anyways, think about what other case studies you might put in, depending on, because you might have all sorts of other ones that you could swap in and out. So it's always good to have a bank of them. Obviously, CV's first priority, but if you have the time and energy and you've got them mulling around in your head, do draft out as many case studies as you can, because it's great to have them in the back of your head for interviews. But also, we could craft them into case studies that can go either swapping out on as to one of them on your CV, or we can put them all on your LinkedIn. There's no limitation on LinkedIn, because there's no space limitation, whereas on a CV you really are kind of limited on space, but we can still use them on your LinkedIn.
Okay, yeah. Well, I've got some. I've got some handmade, written notes that I did before the interview, so that a lot of them are kind of case studies esque.
Yes.
So
they write them up to be on LinkedIn versions, as it were, which again are a little bit more fluid than what we've just done. We have to be really tight on the CV because we're so limited on space, whereas but actually, you know what? Often having that limitation forces you to write really tight, good quality case studies, whereas sometimes having more than enough room means you can be, it may not be as tight and as good quality as it could otherwise be. So sometimes I prefer to write them as if they're on a CV and then put them on LinkedIn, because they're just normally better quality. But there is a bit more relaxed on LinkedIn, because you can use words like I, me, my, whereas on a CV you wouldn't. So it is a different thing. But anyway, I'll shut up. But a real pleasure working with you again.
Yeah, same. Thanks for your help.
We will see each other on Tuesday.
Yeah. I'll let you know either way the result of the interview. So that I had.
Yes. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. Let me know what feedback they give you.
Yeah. Cool. We'll do.
I know you might have a job offer to negotiate.
Yeah. Possibly. We'll see.
All righty. Well, take care, and I'll speak to you next week.
Okay. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.